Hello, Dan Hazel here from Cut Through Coaching and Consulting, and in this edition of Talking Points I want to talk a little bit about talking, insofar as talking to groups or rooms full of people. Public speaking is one of those things that if you ask people it causes them stress. Not everybody. For me personally, I love it. It's almost like the more people in the room, the better for me. I really get a buzz off the performance element of that, I guess. But for a lot of people, it's next to death or spiders. Public speaking ranks right up there as things that they are going to work pretty hard to try and avoid. So I wanted to just give you maybe 3 ideas. If public speaking is something that you're not particularly comfortable with, I want to give you 3 ideas to help you try and navigate that, because typically you might not get up on a stage and speak to a couple of thousand people, but you might at some point have to present to a boardroom or a staff room, and you might even need to give a toast. So these are my 3 ideas. The first idea is not my idea. The first idea is actually a mantra that Daniel Pink, one of my favourite writers and thinkers, has. So Daniel Pink has written books like Drive and To Sell is Human, and he's got numerous podcasts and resources out there online. Prior to doing all that stuff, he was actually a speechwriter at the White House when the White House employed speechwriters, as opposed to just letting Donald tweet 200 characters at a time. But he's in his way of going about writing speeches, his mantra was levity, brevity, repetition. So levity in that, let's keep it light, not completely superficial, but we're not going to go too deep. We keep it brief, insofar as we don't speak for longer than we have to, and we repeat the key themes. So to repeat the key themes, Daniel Pink suggests you keep it light, levity, brevity, repetition. Keep it light, keep it no longer than it has to be, and repeat the key themes. Second tip that I'd offer you is remember that your talk, your presentation, is not a murder mystery. It's not a movie that we're sitting down on a Friday night, Netflix and chill, and we want to know the plot. We want to know the outcome from the start. I don't want to have to be thinking there going, where's this going? How's this linked with what I'm doing? What's the punchline going to be here? Your talk is not a suspense thriller. It is not a murder mystery. So be clear, be specific, and just get it out there up front. Get to the point. And finally, my third tip is if you're particularly one of those people who, say to me, Dan, I'm much better one-on-one. I'm much better one-on-one than I am with a group of people, or, 100 people would freak me out, or 10 people, I just can't speak, but get me one-on-one and I'm great. I would say to those people that you're ignoring the maths. The maths is, if you're speaking one-on-one, and let's say you're trying to persuade them of something, which is, a lot of what presentations often are. You're trying to persuade them of a point. If you're presenting one-on-one, then you need a 100% success rate in how you connect with that person. If, however, you're speaking to 10 people, how many people do you need to connect with in order for that presentation to be a success? It's unusual or unlikely, actually, that you need to get all 10 on board. You might only need to get 6 or 7 of them on board in order for whatever it is you're trying to persuade people of or inform people of to get up. So all of a sudden your 100% requirement, your 100% success rate, now comes down to 60 or 70% success rate. If you're giving a keynote talk to 100 people, and you want to, in the spirit of Dan Pink, you want to, keep it a bit of levity there, so you start off with a joke, right? With one person, you need that one person to share your sense of humour, to get a laugh. But in a room full of 100, you actually, and I'll tell you this from experience, you only need about a 20% success rate for that laugh to actually sound worthwhile and get, this ripple effect. So the more people you have in front of you, statistically speaking, the better chance you have of making a connection, which is the point of a presentation. So the more people in the room, the easier it becomes to achieve your outcome. Now, you probably won't believe me when I say that, but I think the maths is on my side. So, that's it for this edition of Talking Points. If you like that, if you've got anything to add, leave a comment below. If you didn't like it, leave a comment below. And of course, feel free to subscribe to the channel here. And feel free to share it as well. If you find these videos useful, then your colleagues may well do, so feel free to share it online. And of course, if you want to drop us a line here at Cut Through HQ to discuss anything about how we can work with you or just bounce some ideas around, you can do that at hello@cutthroughhq.com. But until next time, take care, take it easy.